So you've worked hard and you've made it in life, and now you've got some extra money. How do you spend your money? Jewelry for the wife, pa! College education for the kids, pa! Spend it on something more tangible and more rewarding. Something like the Sony Bragi A8F OLED 4K Android TV. This was launched back in January at a price of 6,999 Singapore dollars for a 55-inch model. A 65-inch model is also available at 10,999 Singapore dollars. This TV is super thin, it's got all the latest features, it's an Android TV, so you could download apps from the Google Play Store, games as well. You can also jump straight into Netflix and YouTube on this TV. And it's got Google Assistant as well. The microphone is built into the remote control. Open YouTube. And it opens YouTube. What? It uses an OLED panel, so you're gonna get very deep black levels. But why am I such a fan of Sony TVs? It is because of its emphasis on natural skin tones and contrast. It supports 4K screen resolution and HDR, so you're gonna get more vibrant colors and detail if you're watching supported content. What's really interesting is its sound technology. This TV uses the entire OLED panel as a speaker. Awesome! It's called Acoustic Surface Technology. So what I want to find out right now is how it compares to the regular speaker that you find on TV nowadays or soundbars. In other words, is the sound quality so good that I don't need a soundbar for things like video games, movies, and music? So we're gonna do a music test, a video test, and a video game test. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting, and let's go. So we're gonna play a lot of copyright-free content today because I don't want this video to get demonetized. In our music test, we're gonna find out if the TV can deliver bass levels comparable to that of a smaller soundbar. Of course, we'll be talking about spaciousness and clarity, but given that this TV is super thin, I'm really skeptical, right? But it's okay, let's give it a try. Okay, I'm so impressed, first of all, by the bass performance. Okay, it's got gravitas, it's quite full and rich, and it's got quite a bit of punch as well. Very close actually, it's quite close to the performance of even the Bar Studio, but not exactly quite there yet. It can match the Bar Studio, in fact it's better than Bar Studio in terms of spaciousness and openness of sound and clarity too. I think in those respects it's got very good performance. Okay, let's continue playing this song for a while before we go on to the video test, okay? Yeah, so you get what I mean? Okay, let's head on to the video test. Alright guys, I'm gonna play a clip from my own channel because I don't want my video to get demonetized. Of course, copyright issues are quite sensitive, especially with platforms like YouTube, so I'm gonna just play this one. Now some of you, alright, before we carry on, I want to test for dialogue and I want to test for how open and spacious it sounds, of course, and the detail level, okay? So this is what I want to test. Requested a comparison video of the Sennheiser BTNC 4.50 and other headphones in the market. Well, I have here with me, yes, the Sennheiser BTNC 4.50, and I'm going to compare it with a new release in the market. This is at 50% volume and already the vocals sound very clear, very loud. Just reviewed this a while back, the Marshall Major 3 Bluetooth headphones. Although this is a pair of noise cancelling headphones and these are not, they are within the same price. Okay, and dialogue sounds quite full as well, which is nice. Let's play something else from my channel. Now I shot this video at an event, so there's gonna be ambient noise and sounds. What I really want to find out is how loud and clear my dialogue is, even in such noisy environments on video, okay? So let's give it a try. Hey guys, Oppo Find X is launching today in Singapore, and guess who will be there? Music sounds good. Yep, so I've arrived. It's a hot and humid day, but I made it. So this is the Oppo Find X smartphone. Yeah, just skip this part. Getting in, ruining the entire assembly. But after listening to the presentation, after trying it out for myself, I think it's actually pretty okay. It moves up quite silently and quite quickly, and the way that the UI is designed is not really very possible for the camera to come up while it's in your pocket. So I think it's a pretty safe. Yeah, it's not bad, and the dialogue still retains its clarity even in such a noisy environment. I wasn't using any special microphone, it was just the microphone on the camera. But yeah, passable performance. Let's try, say, setting this into dialogue mode, see if it makes any difference. Suitable for spoken dialogue. Okay. Camera assembly to have a phone like this, and also learn that this uses the gyroscope and the gravity sensor to retract the camera if in case you accidentally drop the phone. Of course, the retractable camera played a very big role into making this as bezel-less as possible. I like the Oppo R15 Pro. Yeah, dialogue is slightly enhanced here. It's a little louder, but noticeably a little thinner as well. I think what this mode tries to do is to bring down the level of rumble and bass in the background so that dialogue sounds a little bit more pronounced. Of course, cinema mode is going to sound more spacious, but we'll stick to standard mode for now. Okay, so it's time for our favorite part, video games. Let's play some video games. I'm horrible at Fortnite, but I'm going to give this a whirl. Let's, okay, so things to look out for. I want to find out if I can feel the action when I'm playing the game. You know, sometimes it's not enough to just see what's on the screen. You have to feel the excitement, the action, and that only comes through with great sound. So let's do it, okay? Hey! Oh! I thought that was a glitch. But they're jumping already? Oh, they're all going here. All going there. I'm more of a PUBG player, but Fortnite just feels a lot more colorful and vibrant, and yeah. No wonder they say that this game is for 9-year-olds. No offense to all 9-year-olds play out there. Our best! Yeah, it's actually not bad, huh? Feels very full and clear and open as well. Oh, what have I done? No, someone save me! Why did I do that? Save me! Hello? Oh my god! Okay, there's someone coming, Someone save me, hello! How do I... Okay, I'm gonna crawl to help. Oh my god! Oh yes! Save me! Save me, brother! Hey, come on, hello! Why are you building around us? Save me! Come on! Hey, can you even see me or not? Wait, okay, this guy is not gonna help. Alright, come on. Be a stud, brother. Yes, yes! What? Hey, come on. Give me false hope. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna stay still. Oh, that was close, Chase. Wait. You haven't done the job yet, hello? This is so not fun. Hello? Fortnite sucks. Oh, come on, someone come and help me. Oh, jump. Should I just go back to playing PUBG? Okay, the game was really short, but I don't know if you guys felt it, but I felt it. I felt that I was very engaged with the game, even though the TV didn't deliver any kind of surround sound. Sound staging did feel quite spacious though, and there was quite a bit of oomph and detail as well when I was hacking away at the wall with my, what is it called, my spade. Its performance isn't going to rival a surround sound system like not long ago I reviewed the JBL Bar 5.1 and my Bose sound system as well. It's not going to compete with that category of sound system, but am I okay with playing video games, watching videos, listening to music with just this TV switched on? I'd say yeah, no doubt. Even without the woofer, the TV sounded full, it sounded detailed, and it sounded like an actual sound bar system without a subwoofer, of course. But according to Sony's website, it's actually possible to hook up a separate sound system to this TV and use just this TV as the center speaker. So you could connect, there's a connection in the back, I think you could connect it to a powered subwoofer, and that subwoofer can be connected to 4 more speakers, surround sound, and the TV just serves as the center speaker for your surround sound system. And this TV was just at like 50% volume. Yeah, 52% volume. So already at 52%, the TV sounded rich, loud, clear, detailed. So if it were to just function as a center speaker, it will be more than adequate. Plus, dialogue will be coming straight from the TV as opposed to traditional center speakers, which can be located a little too low or a little bit too high. And if it's too high or too low, dialogue will seem to be coming from above the TV or below the TV, which can be quite disorienting. So yeah, overall the Sony A8F sounds great. It can certainly replace or can compete with soundbar systems that do not have a separate subwoofer and rear surround sound speakers. But if you already have a soundbar and you're thinking of getting this TV, you can relocate that soundbar to another room or send it to your friend, and this TV will sound great on its own even when you're just playing music. But recently the A9F was just announced and was reported to have a dedicated speaker in the middle for improved dialogue and center channel performance. I'm excited really. I hope the TV gets released in Singapore soon so that I can bring one over and review it for you guys. I've got you, buddy. Now this is pretty off the cuff, but I've got a question for you. What would you rather waste your money on? Leave your comments in the comment section below, and this is gonna be an interesting discussion. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell to join my notification squad because I upload videos every single week, sometimes even multiple times a week. And this is the only way you'll get notified. And if you feel I'm doing a great job with these videos, you can treat me to a cup of coffee on PayPal or Patreon. Links are in the description, and I thank you in advance for your contributions. Once again, my name is Aaron and you're watching Aaron is Loud and Wireless. Face palm out!